Politics is nothing more than a giant cash grab. And over the last few years, no one's been better at that than the Obamas. They've been killing it since leaving office. Just take a look at how their net worth jumped. Ready? When Barry was running for president back in 2008, the Obamas were only worth a few mil. Not chump change, but they weren't living large. Fast forward to today, with estimates saying the Obamas could now be worth over $200 million. So how's that happen? Well, let's follow the money. Back in 2017, the Obamas took in $65 million to write their memoirs, or as Gutfeld would say, memoirs. A year later, they signed a deal with Netflix worth up to $50 million to produce boring documentaries. And then Michelle and Barry weren't about to leave some podcast money on the table, $25 million to listen and talk a little bit more. Now, we used to think the money-grubbing Clintons uncouthly cashed in after leaving the White House, but the Obamas have left them in the dust. The Obamas are on pace to be billionaires. So that's why we weren't surprised when we heard about the Obamas' latest venture, teaming up with Big Juice. Michelle, the business tycoon, has just announced that she's launching a fruit juice brand aimed at kids called Plezzy.
I learned the hard way that a lot of those products that were being marketed as healthy weren't actually healthy. And that made me furious. Look, all I wanted were good products, good information, good partners who didn't just see my kids as profit generators for their bottom lines. We can make products that are tasty and healthy and good for the bottom line. And I'm putting some skin in the game.
Obviously, it's part of Michelle's power play. We looked at the Obama body language. Come on. We know Michelle wears the pants. She's always been smarter than Barry, and now it's her time to shine, as she told Oprah. So Michelle's sold out to Big Juice, and she's slinging unhealthy drinks for kids. Whatever happened to Let's Move? She's pushing fruit juice down their throats after she took the meat out of their school lunches.
I do bring lunch every day.
You do? Why?
Because I hate the school lunches.
I don't really like the school lunch food that much.
I have tried a lot of their things, and I hate them all. It tasted like it was like a giant plastic hot dog.
Can you describe their meat?
Chewy, taste bad.
But Michelle needed to make bank. Move over, crooked. There's a new boss in town. And you know this is about the money, because if it wasn't about the money, she'd just tell the kids to drink water. But that doesn't bring in the big bucks. So she teamed up with fruit juice and the entire industry. It's a giant sugar-filled scam. Think about this. A Krispy Kreme donut has 10 grams of sugar, while an 8-ounce glass of orange juice has 22 grams, more than double. We're injecting our kids with sugar each morning and then wondering why they waddle to school. Just look at the label of Michelle's new juice and tell me if any of this sounds good. Citric acid, sorbic acid, sodium citrate, magnesium citrate. You know what drink tastes really refreshing and doesn't have any of that? Oh yeah, water. But water doesn't make you richer than your husband. But don't worry, at least someone's signing off on the nutritional value of Michelle's new drink. Tufts University. Wait a second. The same university who gave us that food pyramid. You know, the one that said Frosted Flakes is healthier than a steak? So don't worry, America. We're in good hands. Calley Means is a Coca-Cola whistleblower, and he joins me now. So, Calley, the fruit juice business, what's Michelle thinking?
Jesse, I just have to say, as a new parent myself, I am sick to my stomach watching this. You know, we don't recommend kids should smoke safer cigarettes, but what sugary drinks is doing is far worse, and we should not be recommending safe sugary drinks. We should be speaking very, very clearly. There's 2 points here I want to call out, Jesse, that's very important. One is she's working with a private equity company that it specializes in junk food driven by celebrity partnerships. They actually do, for instance, The Rock's energy drink that's loaded with sugar, and they went to her and their pitch was very simple. You're going to be a billionaire like The Rock if we follow a tried and true business strategy, which is to get kids hooked early on sugary drinks. The second thing, Jesse, is you've been bravely calling out on the food compass and these rig studies, the website of this product is littered with rigged studies actually saying, you can't even believe this, but actually saying that sugar is an important part of a child's diet. As a parent, I am begging Michelle Obama, this might not fund the new house in Martha's Vineyard, but please, for the sake of children, speak clearly. Kids should not be eating sugar and not be drinking sugar.
I have a juice insider who I spoke to just an hour ago. And the stuff he tells you about what goes into this stuff is going to blow your mind. I'm going to have some of that tomorrow. But just so the audience can understand, this is just sugar water that's going to make Michelle a billionaire.
It's tried and true. It's an addictive substance. And what is so tragic about this, Jesse, is she has the opportunity available to her to go on a microphone and say kids shouldn't eat sugar. When Dr. Fauci told us to take the vaccine, we took the vaccine, most people. When they said that we shouldn't smoke, the Surgeon General, we stopped smoking. She could rally medical leaders to say that we have an urgent crisis where 30% of kids have prediabetes and we need to cut this out, but instead she's getting kids addicted to profiting. This is reprehensible.
Yeah, well, like I said, water's pretty good and it doesn't make you fat. Thank you very much, Calley. Always a pleasure.
Thank you, Jesse.
And we will have that insider report on the juice industry tomorrow.
Hi, everyone. I'm Brian Kilmeade. I want you to do me a favor. I want you to click to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page. This is the only way that I know for sure that you're not going to miss any great commentary, any great news bites, any great interviews coming your way on Fox. You can get it all here on YouTube. So subscribe right now.